Good morning, everybody. Douglas Yates and Stephen Moran. We are live. Hopefully, we're having a little bit of better luck than we had yesterday going live. We had some problems with Facebook, so we kind of shut it down. So we got some pretty cool updates today. I'm going to turn it over to Doug, and he's going to give us kind of an outline here, and then I'm going to hit on some other cool stuff we got going on.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Yeah, sorry about yesterday. I don't know what was going on there with Facebook, but we looks like it's working a little bit better today. And just want to thank you all for all the testing you did and the people that helped us out. We'll get you a thank you this week. It's on my to-do list, so be a little patient. Thank you on that. And we've been working with our offshore team over the last few days to get everything worked out so we could turn the exchange on, which we did, which is what we did, which is great. And so that right now it's in beta, what's we call beta mode, which means we're probably going to hit some hiccups here and there because this is the first time we're using this. But you'll be able to go in there and buy and sell wheels and trade wheels for Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that kind of stuff. Just one thing to point out, the right once we turn this on, we already turned it on. Once we kind of transition over there, that other website we're at buywheels.io will probably go away most likely today or maybe the latest tomorrow afternoon, because the exchange is going to handle all the sales of the wheels and such, and then the price will go, whatever supply and demand happens, that's what's going to happen there. And it's up, the whole community right now is you guys. So you kind of
tell your family, yeah.
And the price is controlled by you guys right now. So if somebody wants to dump their wheels at a really low price, it's probably not the smartest thing to do, but it's a free enterprise out there. There's in the Discord, there's a bug section channel. So if you run into anything that doesn't seem to work, please take screenshots. Screenshots are very, very helpful. Otherwise, we have to kind of figure out what you did. We take screenshots and put it in there and say, hey, this is what I'm seeing that doesn't work, or it's not as doesn't work like how I think it works, whatever, and put it in there. And then we'll address it. And so between now and Black Friday, we want to really hit this thing. And the NFT marketplace also is open, but we're not going to be focused on that. And the only thing that will be available through there right now will be our NFTs. And just another note: the NFTs that you're holding right now, you won't be able to see them from inside the system right now. You still have to go to dapp.toax.io/NFT and connect your wallet, and you'll be able to see your NFTs there. We haven't messed with that yet. Yeah, no problem. And so this is exciting. And another, what's really exciting about this is, we're turning the machine on. And when this machine, we're starting it up, and when it starts running, it spits off. Basically, we're sharing 77% of this of the feeds generation on the gross fees with NFT holders, with the token holders, with their charities, and all that stuff. We're also working on bringing on the first charity, but the volume is going to be coming from the Wheels token right now, and Steve's working on a program to really hit the advertising and get it known out there and get on the shows and all that kind of stuff. He'll update you on that. So this is pretty exciting. I want to thank the team for working hard on this, getting us to this point, and thank you for being patient and then please communicate with us when you're using the system. Like I said, you use the Discord. If you don't know how to Discord, you can just email support@toax.io, or there's a ticket system inside of the exchange also. So you can open a ticket. Those are 3 ways you can communicate with us. I think that's about it. I'll throw it back to you, Steve.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to go over and kind of clarify everything. When we took off and went to Dubai, we had big plans of selling a whole bunch of NFTs. And I don't know if I was real clear on everything that happened with the last meeting when we came back from Dubai, because pretty exhausted and still dealing with some little eye issues. That's why I've got the glasses on. My eyes are really sensitive to sunlight right now. And I'm going back to the doctor today. So, it's interesting. We did a bunch of these money shows, as I told you guys before, and had big plans on selling a whole bunch of NFTs. But when we got to Dubai, we realized we aren't in Kansas anymore. Unfortunately, we stayed at the host hotel, and the host hotel was not right at the convention center like we were always used to. Here in the U.S., we're kind of used to, you've got the, your host hotel, and the convention center is typically attached to that, and you meet people and then you invite them up. And, we ended up being about 10 minutes away from in a car ride, from where the exhibit actually was. So that's going to probably cause a problem. And then we thought, okay, well, we got a presidential suite, we should be able to get people up here. And then, well, they can't get up here unless they got a key, and they got a key into the elevator to get up here, and all these other kinds of things. So it made us realize fairly quickly that we weren't going to be able to get a lot of people up to our suite. Okay. And which also made us realize that it's going to be pretty hard to sell $100,000 and $1 million NFTs. Okay. When we've literally got 5 to 8 minutes of somebody's time when we're down at the booth, So, we had to kind of be thinking on the fly, God, what are we going to do to really turn this into a real positive trip? And, you've heard Doug and I talk a little bit, or heard me talk a little bit about this Celestine prophecy kind of thing, about the things that come into our lives and the things that kind of show up at certain times in your life. And you either identify them as something positive or negative, and you kind of choose which way to go. Well, about, the first day when we got there, we had somebody approach us from this, representing a family office. And I want to give you guys some clarity and let everybody understand what a family office is, so you can understand why I was so excited about this on the last call. You've probably all heard of hedge funds, right? Hedge funds are typically run by a money manager. And what a hedge fund does is a hedge fund manages other people's money. They get banks and all kinds of different big investors to give them large amounts of money, and people feel good investing in these hedge funds, right? Well, a family office is kind of like a step above that. A family office is typically somebody who is self-made. Okay, like this Sir Anthony Ritosa that we met with, he'd spent 30 years on Wall Street, and he was a self-made, billionaire, literally. And what these family offices do is they're self-made guys that made most of their money investing. And what they do is they open up what they call a, family office. And the reason they call it that is because it's only for friends and family, and they really don't bring in outside investment. Okay. So, and they typically have got very large foundations, and they're typically very philanthropic. Okay. They're very, very big into charity, most of these organizations. So it's kind of like if I could have got an audience with our ideal audience, I would love to be in front of a room of family offices. These are people that have made money. They've made it themselves. They, really supporting the community, and they're really trying to give back and do some really good things. So, we got this card from this gal, and she kind of made the informal introduction and said, I might be able to get you guys in to see him on Friday. And so that would be pretty amazing, because he was putting on an event on October 20th to the 23rd. And this is the 23rd event that he was putting on. And, we got to go in and meet him. We got to go, it was the, what was it called? It was called the Central Park Trade Towers, right? Wasn't it Central Park Trade Towers up there? Okay. And just this beautiful office. It was the office of the Sir Anthony Ritosa Foundation. And this guy was just amazing. He was, impeccably dressed, just a brilliant guy, just a really, really good guy. And the fact that he'd spent 30 years on Wall Street, when I went through and was hitting on the things that we want to do and touch on for the charities and the nonprofits and the foundations. And, he just got it right away. He said, God, he goes, I think this is one of the most brilliant things that I've ever heard. He was really that enthralled with what we were doing. So much to the point that he actually literally wanted us to come back and talk on the 18th to the 20th to his group. But that was just way too big of a turnaround for us. And we had a bunch of other family things back here that we needed to do. And so once that happened, Doug and I sat down and said, God, this is unbelievable, because he's invited us to come out and speak to his group in February in Dubai. and also in June in Monaco, and then probably any other events he does later in the year also. So this made Doug and I really sit back and think, okay, God, maybe we've got kind of a decision we've got to make, as a company here. We've got all these other NFTs that we created, and we could use those and raise money, and we could go spend the next year just selling NFTs. But that's not really fair to our community, and that's not really why we got into this business. We got into selling the NFTs because we had no community, and because we needed to create some community, and we needed to raise the money to end up selling, to create what we've done, to build the NFT marketplace and create the exchange. And we've done that. And, Doug and I just didn't really think that that's going to be the right thing to do for us to spend the next year just selling NFTs and just putting a whole bunch of money in the bank and starting to move in some of these other different directions. And talking to Sir Anthony, it really just made me see that, his whole life is about this. It's all about helping these other family offices and helping them benefit as much as they can possibly benefit. And it really just made us really want to focus on this philanthropic side of what we got into this for and why we are really here. Guys, we got in this because we want to make some change. We want to help these charities, these nonprofits, and these foundations. And I guess the easiest way to put it is, there's never a perfect time to start anything. We could have just started raising millions of dollars with the NFTs and been fat and happy and comfortable plodding along. But at the end of the day, that's not why we got in this. We got in this so we could turn on this exchange, so we could start to, create transaction volume and send that transaction volume, back to the charities and reward the people, in this system. So I think we've made a really good decision. We've got, as Doug said, the exchange is literally now on. You can go to TOAX.exchange. You can buy Wheels tokens. Okay, we've got something that's on. And when we say it's our beta group, it's really just you guys and whoever you tell right now is really about the only people that know what's going on. So I would encourage you to, share this with some other people and let them go in and buy, $500 worth of tokens or whatever it is they want to buy. There's no real minimum. They can go in, they can buy some things. They can see how this whole program works. And it's time to get the marbles going. We've got, after we create these other series of NFTs, which are going to be minted and kind of set aside for future use, we plan on still using these for the benefit of other charities and nonprofits and foundations and such, as we see fit. But it's time to go, guys. I mean, we've got another BJJ token that's kind of waiting in the wings. That's looking pretty interesting. We're going to talk about them talk to them later in the week about when they're ready to be launching, and then getting our first charity up and going. And to me, it was just way more important for us to get started and get the bugs out of any things that we might have here and really be moving forward on that right path, so that when we get out there in the January, February, and we go meet with these other people, we're not talking about what we're going to do. Okay. What we're going to do with things. We're talking about what we're doing in the community, what's working. We've got something here that's working. So I don't expect that we're going to sell out our tokens in, 48 hours. We've got about 4 billion tokens that we're going to have out there. But now that we've got the exchange running, I'm going to start reaching out to people that write articles about, NFTs and exchanges, and letting them know what we're doing, and trying to get some real press out there, and really start to do some advertising in different areas and try and get that. We've got I've reached out to CoinMarketCap. They, the way they work is they kind of take your form and everything, and then somebody gets back to you about what you want to do. So I've been working with trying to get into that space and some other different spaces. And that's basically all I'm going to be working on, all day right now is getting us in front of people that can start talking about what we're doing, and we can start sharing this. I feel confident to start sharing this with reporters and such now that we've got something here that's live. We've actually turned it on. It's working. We're going to be selling the tokens, and I think that we're all in an amazing place. It's, I've fortunate. I've got 7 kids born in 5 different decades. And if I would have waited until the perfect time to have a child, just like waiting for the perfect time to be married, probably would have never got married or never had a kid, so it's never really the perfect time to start anything and to just turn this thing on. But hey, we're here. We got here because of you guys. We've got the exchange on now. Let's go in and let's play with it. Let's test it. Let's share it with some friends and family. See if they want to go in and get themselves a small amount of these Wheels tokens. I think, guys, that these are going to be ultimately going to be one of the most valuable tokens ever created. You know, we're taking 20% of the profit from the exchange and the NFT marketplace. We're paying out that to Wheels tokens holders every single day, like clockwork. So it is it is the first true token of appreciation. Okay, it is the first true token of appreciation that's ever been there, and it's going to show its appreciation to people by appreciating, okay, and by growing in their wallet and becoming more and more tokens. I've been checking, and man, my dollar hasn't been doing that much lately. How about yours, Doug? Your dollar been turning into more dollars for
going
you?
The other way.
Kind of going the other way now. Our purchasing power just keeps to be less and less and less every single month. And so I think we're in a really, really exciting spot. We have got the exchange open. We're going to start selling some things. We're going to start trying to make some noise here and getting these tokens moving. The NFTs will all still be there. There'll be stuff that we can use as a benefit. So it's kind of like we're going down, the main road right now. And the main road is, okay, we're in the token, we're in the exchange business. Okay. This is what this is the engine that drives everything, that drives the returns and drives everything here, guys. So we're in business. Okay. We're in business. We've got this thing working. We're going to start getting people to write articles and talk about this kind of stuff. I want to talk about some good things happening in the community. I think we've got some amazing things happening. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it all goes here in the next next few weeks as we build up towards the launch. As we, like I said, we've got about roughly 4 billion tokens in a supply that we're going to be getting out into the marketplace. And when that money comes in, we're going to use that money. We're going to be, we're going to get on the Times Square advertising. We're going to be running all kinds of different ads in different places wherever they'll accept some crypto space ads. So it's off to the races, right, Doug?
Yeah, absolutely. And the NFTs are still available, by the way. You can still get them. You can still refer people and get commissions, all that sales thing that Steve outlined last week, or I think it was last week.
We still got the sales contest going, guys. We're going to give away 3 bonus NFTs. So we haven't set the NFTs aside or anything like that. We're just trying to make it, we're trying to get you guys a chance to earn some of these bonus NFTs right now. And we sell
make NFTs more valuable because they're going to start earning.
Right. And again, now, the fact that we're not, going to go sell all these other 6,000 of them right now is going to make the ones that you guys are holding on to more valuable too, because it's supply and demand. There's not going to be that many available that are ever out there. And now that we start to do this, things are going to start to go into their wallets. We're going to start to have, transactions and things that are going to start going in there. So let's see if we can share it with some people, see if some people will buy some tokens, and let's kind of see where we're going. Right, Doug?
Yep, absolutely.
And then what we'll do is we'll do a call later this week. We'll probably do something on Friday. Let's give it a few days to kind of gestate and see what happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Ask your questions in the question and answer area of Discord. And if you find any issues with the exchange, put it in the bug section. And if you think of improvements, there's an enhancement channel too that you can suggest enhancements in there. And this is pretty exciting. I'm on the technical side, so my everything's riding on my back right now. So it's both great and also a little scary because I got to make sure the thing's working perfectly for you guys. So, but the way we can do that is just feedback. Let us know what's going on, and you guys have been great at it. So keep it up.
Yeah, TOAX.exchange. You can go over there, try things out, get in there. We are paying 10% commission on the sale of the NFTs. So if you guys want to make some money before the holidays, I think it's a great way to do that. And we'll start putting some more things up about the contest and getting that all going. Just trying to keep us going here, left foot in front of the right foot and really moving out in the right direction. And I think 23 is going to be an absolutely amazing year for us. We're going to be able to put on so many different charities and nonprofits and really, start to take that place in the world that we want to stand, where we're standing, next to some really powerful people doing some really great things and really helping transform their communities into economies. And so we're here, guys. We got TOAX NFTs available for sale. We got a contest. You can make money doing that. we've got tokens that everybody can go in and start buying some tokens here in the exchange. So let's see what happens here over the next few days. And I'm going to be working on some other stuff, trying to get more things happening. If you guys have got any other contacts or groups of people out there that we can get out there with, and kind of share this opportunity with people, let us know. And then why don't we plan on getting back together like on Friday, Doug, and then we can kind of just give them another update and what's happening, what's working, if we got any bugs, what's happening. And let's just make it a good day, guys. Let's get out and start selling some wheels tokens. Go buy some wheels tokens and get them in your wallet, and let's see how this whole thing's working. So that's all I got for today.
Yeah, let me I want to end with this. Somebody brought up a good point in the Discord about contract addresses and wallet addresses and all that kind of stuff, and it was a good learning moment for everyone. And I'll just review it here, so it's on the live also. A contract address in the blockchain world, everything's referenced by an address. It's a big long series of numbers that's basically is the signature, the name, the unique identifier of whatever that is. So there's in the blockchain world, there's smart contracts. And when you create a new smart contract, a number gets generated that uniquely identifies that smart contract. And so whenever you want to work with it, like load it into your Trust wallet, whatever, you got to put in that contract addresses. It knows that hey, that's Wheels smart contract, and it'll load it all up. And it has all the, just like USD, it basically is the identifier for the fiat money of the United States dollar. The USD is the identifier for that. And then everybody knows that USD has 2 decimal points, and it's you could deposit that money in your bank accounts and stuff. Same thing with Wheels, the Wheels contract. It has 8 decimal points, and that gets loaded up there. That's all that means is that's how fractionalization we can get with that. So that identifies the Wheels contract, and then wallets are identified by addresses also. So when you create a new wallet, then the address gets created in the blockchain, and then you can start storing tokens or NFTs in that wallet. And even if you're let's say you got everything on your cell phone and you lose your cell phone, you don't lose that wallet. That wallet's still on the blockchain. It's still holding all your wheels. It's still holding all your NFTs. You just, if you lost your phone, you just don't have access to that. That's why keeping those keys, those private keys, in that 12 or to 24 word passphrase, keeping that in a very safe place is very, very important, because that gives you access to that digital wallet. And so but that's how simple this whole blockchain environment is. There's just these big long identifiers that identify your wallet. And then with our exchange, you have what we call an internal wallet and an external wallet. So you're holding your wheels right now in your external wallet, and your Trust. Many of you have Trust wallet. Some manage it through MetaMask. Just so you know, Trust, MetaMask, Exodus, all those wallets out there, they're just interfaces to look at your wallet. Your wallet's on the blockchain. It's there. It's yours. It's not anybody else's. And those are just pieces of software that allow you to look at it. That's all it is. So the Trust wallet is not your actual wallet. So let's clarify that.
It's a viewer, right? They're kind of a viewer, like a
it's a viewer, exactly. And we're gonna have TOAX is we got our wallet, our viewer designed and all ready to go, and we're working on that right now behind the scenes. So we're gonna have our own version of it that works well with our environment. And so you have your external wallets, and then you have inside exchanges. Like most exchanges, you have what kind of a virtual wallet in there, and you can move Bitcoin in there, you can move Ethereum in there, you can move Wheels in there, you can move USDT, DC in there, and then you're able to operate inside the exchange. And then when time's ready, you can withdraw it to an external wallet or just leave it in there and let it accumulate. Anything you want to do there. And just a reminder, during this beta phase, which is pretty much now between now and the Black Friday, we're not going to allow any withdrawals that out of the system yet. We're going to make sure everything's working perfectly, and then we'll turn that on also. We don't want to fall flat on our face. We want to take this nice, slow, and steady, and make sure everything's working. So I just wanted to get that out there. It was a great question that somebody had, and I thought it'd be beneficial if I reviewed it with everybody on the call too.
All right. Well, I think that's it, guys. We've got the exchange, and we're kind of live here on that right now, and we're walking into uncharted territory. So, so we need you guys out, helping us out, and trying to get some other people there, and let's see how it all works here. And we'll be back at again Friday. When do for Friday morning or afternoon, Doug?
Yeah, we do our normal 3:30 Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, let's plan on that on Friday. We'll be back with you guys 3:30 Pacific time on Friday, and then we'll have another update. All right, so let's make it a great day, guys. You got NFTs to sell. We got wheels out there. Let's share this with our friends and family so we can just kind of get this whole thing moving. So that's it.
Yeah,
all right, guys. We'll see you on Friday. Thanks.